Take a look at our starting grid. Kevin Windham is in this race. Mike LaRocco, sort of homecoming for him. Nick Wade's got a lot of fans down here. All these riders are trying to get on the pace because today in practice, Chad Reed was the man.
Chad Reed was a little over a second faster than Kevin Windham in the rest of the field. Another guy who we will look for a little bit later on is Mr. Billaman. Mr. Cobra looks very fast in this Indy track.
Taking a look over Jason Thomas's shoulder right here with our camera. Here they come off the start, and almost with the whole show is Mike LaRocco, but instead it's Andrew Short, the MotoworldRacing.com team, and then you have Craig Anderson in second, and LaRocco gets out there and checks him. So it's Short, LaRocco, Nick Wade, Anderson, and South Africa's Grant Langston. You can see the look from Jason Thomas. He got a not-so-great start. He is right behind Heath Foss. And that looks like Kevin Windham coming across in front of us right there in the air.
K-Dub closing in. The guy to look for, the home state favorite, Mike LaRocco in second spot, number 5. He has never won the Indy Supercross. I mean, he just lives right down the road. This place would blow up if he were to win tonight.
It sure would. But you know what? Whenever it's your hometown race, that makes it actually harder for these riders because I know they're asked to do a lot more media. They have a lot more friends come out of the woodwork. Guys that went to high school with. Everyone wants a ticket, and it's tough to really concentrate. I think that's always slowed LaRocco down here. You see Short come across the finish line to complete the first lap. He's actually gapped the field a little bit, and Nick Way has now moved up into second. You see Nick getting a high jump through the middle of those whoops. That's a hot line, but that's a risky line. I'm telling you, keep an eye on that.
Short out in front of Nick Wade, third spot, Mike LaRocco. Grant Langston in fourth spot. Here comes Tyler Evans in fifth.
You know, Andrew Short's one of those guys who started on the 125 West Coast, Robbie, but he's decided that he chose the wrong bike and riding an Arnhem 145 against all those 4-strokes, so he's going to spend the rest of the season, at least the Supercross season, in this 250 class. He figures if you can't beat him, well, switch classes and learn for the future.
And that's something in opposition to Ivan Tedesco, who's the 125 West Coast points leader. He opted just to stay out of the 250s altogether. We know he's fast on them, but he's trying to stay safe.
Yeah, but he also chose well in choosing a KX250F. There's so many 4-strokes out there. It's tough on a 125. Now you see Nick Way starting to pull up just a little bit. Keep an eye on LaRocco. And also Tyler Evans starting to sneak up there in your picture. He is your 5th place rider. Right now, if they throw the checker flag, he wouldn't make it. So Evans is going to have to pick it up a little bit and see if he can get after Grant Langston.
It looks like Grant Langston actually slowed up just a little bit of Mike LaRocco. LaRocco sees or feels Langston closing in right now, and he is really charging into those corners. But LaRocco had a good start, dropping his way back just a little bit in third spot. But Grant Langston in the final qualifying spot. We only take 4 to the final.
And you see Tyler Evans, he was one of the early contenders for World Supercross GP. He's had some trouble since then. Had a few off races trying to pick it back up. And a good thing to do would be to try to get directly into this main event. However, look who's behind him now. Kevin Windham. Windham off a bad start. Right now he's in 6th. He needs to not only pass Tyler Evans, but to get Grant Langston as well, unless he's going to ride a semi.
We talk about this long, arduous course and season. I talked to Kevin Windham earlier, and he said, I'm not really feeling that good. Those bumps, those bruises, they're starting to take their toll this time of the year.
Oh, sure it is. And so does the travel. I mean, you know, you're going through airports, you're staying in hotels and stuff. It's the cold and flu season. I know that sounds kind of silly, but a lot of guys down in the pits, they got the sniffles this week, and Kevin Windham's one of them.
Andrew Short, your leader, 2.5 seconds. Besting Nick Way right now in second. Third is LaRocco. He's starting to close in. The battle is for 4th spot. It is a 3-way battle right now. Grant Langston in 4th, Tyler Evans in 5th, and here comes K-Dub on the Honda in 6th.
Yeah, before he can even get up there to Langston, he's got to get around Evans, and Evans throwing up a pretty nice roadblock so far. I have a feeling you're going to see Windham try to just outgun him through the whoops. They're going to come up right after this triple. See him lining up right here. See if Windham doesn't charge. There he goes.
The battle rate is on for that final qualifying spot. We'll have more from Indianapolis. Only 4 qualify out of 250cc heat racing action. It's Andrew Short in front of Nick Wade, Mike LaRocco, and Grant Langston in 4th. But Kevin Windham has moved to the 5th spot.
He finally got around Evans. Now he's starting to run out of time, but he does have a clear shot to Langston. And right here's the pass. He squared it up nicely, and then Evans just doesn't get out of that corner quite as quick. You see him short that tabletop, and that gave Windham the momentum to pass him on the outside. I think you'll see that all night long because that's so technical. You got to hit it perfectly or it's going to slow you down.
The man who is in second spot of our THQ AMA Supercross point standings is not in qualifying position right now. That has to be a surprise. You have to get into fourth spot, and right now it's Grant Langston in the position.
Yeah, Heath Boss is the rider you're talking about, and he's not even in our picture right now. Right now, the real question is whether or not Wyndham can get around the KTM of Langston.
It's still Andrew Short just checking out on the field, 2.79 seconds ahead. He's turning quick lap times. This is a fast track, 46 flat lap time.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think Andrew Short has ever won a 250cc heat race, so might be a sort of coming of age for this Colorado rider. He rides for the Motoworld Racing.com team, and now here comes Wyndham. Again, this is where he passed Evans. Watch, you have to hit this perfectly, and you see Langston get over there and kind of shut him off, ran him out of real estate right there. Nice move by Langston, riding a little defensively. Now the white flag's out. I think you'll see Wyndham get maybe a little more aggressive this time around. He's going to have to. He's going to the semi.
You see the yellow arrows? Those are the guys that are going to qualify. They'll transfer as it is right now. Kevin Wyndham outside a qualifying spot on that factory connection Amsoil Honda. He's outside looking in, and Grant Langston knows it. He is going to take every inside line he can. He is going to do everything he can to make Kevin, if he's going to pass it, go the long way around the outside.
Yeah, but he's really good in these whoops right here. Watch Wyndham. If he can get the slingshot off like he did earlier. Here he comes down the outside. Look at that. Almost enough.
But on the outside again.
Yeah, now they got a lap right here. This could pay into Wyndham's favor as a checkered flag comes out through Andrew Short. It's going to be, oh, Langston got a little too far offside. Oh, and he barely holds on. He almost went out into the tough blocks. So Langston holds on to fourth, but Kevin Wyndham is going to have to go to the semi.
Andrew Short, a very, very impressive win for the number 32 out of Murrieta, California on the Motoworld Racing.com Suzuki. Look at that smile under his helmet. He is stoked. Let's take a look at that finish in fourth spot as Short was taking the win. It was a close one.
Yeah, that lap rider kind of messed up both those guys. Now, right here, Langston seems to have it, but he kind of blows the exit of the corner, gets out there into the Scott tough blocks. Wyndham has a shot right here. Now it's just a drag race. The 450 would win if it were a little longer, but Langston just enough to hold on to the fourth and final transfer spot.
And you want to talk about taking too much power to that finish line. Grant had to throw it down. As we take a look at the results, Andrew Short comes out on top of Nick Way, Michael Arauco, Grant Langston on the KTM. Oh, it was a tough battle with Kevin Wyndham, but he come out on top. That means K-Dub has to ride the semifinal. Now down to Jamie on the floor.
Well, Robbie, it's the first time we've seen Andrew Short up here in the 250 class. And Andrew, I was just talking to your team manager, Paul Lindsay, and he said, you know, I predicted this. Earlier today, he just figured it out. What did you figure out?
I'm just getting experience. This is, I don't know, it's my fourth, fifth race on 250, and I keep getting better and better, and I'm hungry, and I want to do good. So paying off, I got a good start, and that really helped. Marshall Plum kind of pumped me up before I went out there, so that helped. And my MotoworldRacing.com, Suzuki, Fly, Bill's Pipes, RG3, all those guys are really helping us out, and Dunlop Tires. So, I mean, I'm hoping tonight will be another night I can get up on the podium. It's been a long time, and feeling good, so it might be tonight.
All right, guys, big night for Andrew. You know, he's sitting 6th in points on the West Coast Series. We'll see if he can make the podium tonight.